You're listening to Technically PvP, a podcast about player versus player in the world of Warcraft.
For the glory of Stormwind! Victory or death!
It's October the 30th, 2018, and you are listening to Technically PvP, a podcast where we analyze the various aspects of player versus player in the game World of Warcraft. Hey, I'm Gerissar, a PvP apprentice, and on behalf of Andallyn and Windstead, welcome to the show.
Hey guys!
The Hollow's End is here!
Oh,
BlizzCon is here.
Oh, BlizzCon's just around the corner.
Never mind, the
out.
BlizzCon behind the curtain! What's up, everyone? How's it going?
One quick question, guys, and you thought it made me think of this. Have you guys been trying for the Headless Horseman?
No.
Okay.
No, my wife got it, so I'm good.
Shot down.
All right.
Now, a few years ago, my wife and we did a hard push for the Headless Horseman's mount, and she got it, so that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. I've been helping my fiance, and I now have I close my eyes to go to sleep, and sometimes I hear him, like just that opening sequence. Yeah, exactly.
Now, question, Gerissar. This is the same woman that you gave Invincible to during an Ice Crown run, correct?
She won it fair and square with a roll, yes.
Okay, I understand it was a roll, but still,
yes.
This is, for the listeners out there who really understand this game,
yes,
that's true love.
Yeah.
I mean, the woman's been playing playing World of Warcraft for like 6 months, 9 months.
No, it's over a year now.
Okay,
she started playing end of WoD. Yeah,
1 year of effort.
Oh no, more than that.
1 year of effort. No. I mean, come on, 6 months to cap your character and to be able to actually start farming Invincible. So 6 months of effort, and she gets Invincible because of this man here. And she does not understand that I have farmed that place off and on for the last 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's love.
She understands.
That's love.
She understands. But thanks.
I don't think she may say that she understands, but it's like she doesn't understand. Yeah. She appreciates it and she finds it. Oh, this is nice, but she doesn't understand like the depths that people go through in order to attain that mount.
Well, she's about to, because after we got that, she has now made it her mission to also keep going back with me once a week. So we've been doing one character once a week to farm it. So she's going to learn the depths.
She will learn. She will learn.
Oh, yes.
That's love. That's the real love of a relationship.
Pain
right there,
and
guys.
suffering, yes.
It's true.
It's mutual pain and suffering. Mutual. It's all mutual.
That's right.
All right, hey guys, what have you been up to since our last show, though? Andallyn, what have you been up to?
Well, I've just been continuing with the Resurgent stuff. I've not been able to play, sadly, because my little MacBook Pro is just not able to really do much up here. I've been traveling for work, and I've just got my MacBook Pro in the hotel, and I'm sitting in the hotel right now. My flight leaves tomorrow, and I'm so excited because I'm going to play for like an hour or two and then go to BlizzCon. So I'm just really stoked about that. But, other than working and kind of helping out in the background with some of my comrades, not that kind of comrade Windstead, don't get any ideas.
When Stalin's waving from the corner.
Yes. But
that's
awesome.
awesome.
So that's what I've been up to.
Well, think of it this way. You're just saving yourself for the gloriousness of BlizzCon and being able to play WoW at the demos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
So excited.
So-
I had a ball watching the round 1 of the Arena World Championship yesterday. So we're going to be talking plenty about that. But man, was that, oh my,
Mhm.
I realized why. Because I was at work the other day and I was just like, why is life so boring right now? And I was like, oh, I haven't been able to be on WoW in like a week.
Oh gosh, I'm not the
Oh,
only one.
that's right.
I'm not the only one because my last couple of weeks has been. Now, I'm not going to disparage anybody. Last weekend was awesome because we went. My wife and my kids do martial arts, and
Cool.
so they had a region tournament that covered like California, Arizona, Utah, Nevada,
Canada?
I think even like Idaho. But like so, all these states grouped together
Okay.
in Arizona to
Mhm.
participate in the region tournament.
Is Arizona actually big enough for that though? Like,
Yeah.
is it?
Arizona-
inside the
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
somewhere
Come
in
on.
there. But,
Arizona is huge.
time change was trippy, but because Arizona doesn't do daylight saving, so that was
What?
weird. But anyway, so my son, who was the youngest competitor in his category, took third in his form. My daughter took first in her form and first in her sparring. My son
Wow.
lost to the winner of the sparring competition, so I'm not too upset about that. But it's
How old are your kids again?
my daughter is 8, my son is 6.
Wow.
And so
That's
and I
awesome.
got videos of these forms, and they just look so good doing them. And they're because body mechanics and developing your sense of balance and stuff like that. It was just so proud to watch them go. And then my wife took first place in her sparring, first place in her forms, and third place in her weapons form.
Wow.
And so my family like totally cleaned up shop at the
awesome.
tournament. And so I was
job,
running around
man.
doing a ton of videos. But since then, and even like leading up to then, because leading up to that event and then leading up to BlizzCon, I have been swamped with work and life, and I have logged 0 hours on all Blizzard games for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, bummer.
And I am getting so antsy. And so when Andallyn's like, man, why is life so boring right now? It's like, yeah, it's because I haven't been able to play any WoW.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
But I also did watch some of the arena tournaments. They were doing a read broadcast this morning, and I logged on and I caught the last 3 matches of the tournament. So I was super stoked watching that. That we'll talk about more in just a
So
minute.
I think
But Gerissar,
well, let me comment real quick.
no, hold. Gerissar, what have you been up to this last couple of weeks?
I love you guys. Yeah, what have I been up to? Still doing the auction house stuff. I'm still, even though we talked about this the last broadcast we did, the last episode, I am still surprised at how much greens are, BFA greens are selling for on the auction house. I'm making some easy money. Just, I think I had one item sell the other day for 1,500 gold.
They still use gold in Canada?
Yeah, just a green. In Warcraft, yeah.
Just kidding.
No worries. It actually it kind of works out because then I can buy WoW tokens that converts it to Canuck bucks, right? So then I can buy stuff in
The
Canuck
Canada?
bucks. Canada. Not to be confused with Cannabuck. Anyway, so been doing that. I was doing a few. So it was Battleground week, right? So there was a bonus to the Battlegrounds, and it had the quest for winning 4. And I hadn't had a chance really until the weekend to get in there to play some BGs, and I got in there. It was the first time I tried. It was like late night Friday night. It was like almost midnight my time, and Alliance. It was horrible. Like people weren't playing objectives. People were going the wrong places. Lack of there's no communication, if any, in the channel, And so I gave up. And then I saw Stastro over on the Unsanctioned Discord there, the guild that he made up there. And so I was chit-chatting with him. He's like, hey, well, why don't we go do some? So he hopped on his warrior, but then he got a little frustrated. So he hopped on his healer and he pocket healed me for a bit. And we did a couple. And it was really good. The only thing that really tweaked us the most was we were doing Seething Shore. And some guy or girl, but some person decided they were going to start typing in 3 letters on the surface of on the main plank of the ship while we're doing the prep area, and started spelling out FAG on the ship using feast. And I was so flabbergasted that I would have thought that would have been done by now, right? But it just tore me. So I reported the person and I tweeted about it on Twitter. So I'm sure some people that follow me saw that. Other than that, that's about it.
There's
a
fine line. There's
So,
a fine
yeah.
line, and this is my opinion. This is opinion,
Mhm.
okay? So don't be sending me hate mail. But there's a fine line between that and what any reasonable human beings would do, which is draw a dick with the Warlords of Draenor quest, where you have the black powder keg on your back, right?
Yeah.
There's a fine line between that, and I
Mhm.
think it's important to understand where that line is. Because it's totally okay to draw a
Yeah.
dick with black powder keg, but that's
You misogynist person,
actually-
you. Gosh.
I question about the drawing the dick with the black powder, but
Oh, Gerissar, have you not heard the Lagging Balls podcast? I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I understand that
Not
we
for
need to
the
be
faint of
sensitive
heart.
to people, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to be sensitive to people. But at the same time, you got people like Fist out there that, you know, it's called the Lagging Balls podcast for a reason. Go give them a
I
listen.
know.
They're hilarious. They are
love
definitely
them.
a
I
mature
do.
rated
Subtle shout out,
podcast
yes.
guy.
Yes.
But so, I mean, Gerissar. I mean, and even like with the guy's a dick,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
I'd like to draw some black
Yeah,
powder.
but I
across
mean,
his
it's the
head,
WoW community.
personally.
We watch Asmongold's stream.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's nothing that we haven't seen before.
yeah.
But and this kind of alludes to the whole, the trolls in
Mhm.
RBGs, the vehement toxicity that still exists in Warcraft. That's just like one little piece, and I get things that are funny and kind of doing it for fun, but there's some things that just aren't funny anymore. They're not,
Yeah.
and so. I agree.
Well,
There's that
Gerissar,
fine line.
You have
Mhm.
lost all your hair and you are graying.
I am.
So I can understand that. At the same time, though, I want to shout out and you know that you're wrong, Gerissar, because
Mhm.
Andallyn and I are agreeing with each other
He got you there.
that like even the drawing of the dick is
Mhm.
that's a challenge in this game. Like I was always really impressed when you'd walk
Yeah.
outside of when
Yeah.
I played Horde side, they have that big open space right as you enter the city and you get through the tunnels, and people would draw very elaborate things with dead bodies on the ground, dicks,
yeah.
boobs, butts.
I saw a
all
website
sorts of
drawn
things.
with
Words,
dead bodies once.
words.
Mhm.
And in order to like plan that out and draw it, there's a level of talent there.
Yeah.
And so
Your wife is, I hope she's not listening to this right now.
oh, she doesn't listen to the show. We're safe.
Oh, great. Okay.
You know, and I mean, how aroused can a person get from a
No,
bunch of
no,
well,
I mean,
I
I'm
am
wondering-
Alliance player. I am an Alliance player. So how aroused can I get from a bunch of dead orcs lying on the ground?
Mhm.
Oh,
That actually
pretty
sounds like a
aroused,
really good time. Bringing it back to PvP.
Anyways, that's my personal feels. I get everybody has their different feels, but
We all digress.
yeah. Anyways, all right, let's go into what's coming up in PvP.
Get in there and fight! Stop hiding!
All right, so I'm sure we kind of alluded to it. I'm sure everybody knows about this. The Arena World Cup, BlizzCon. just around the corner, starting on the second, ending on the third. Great article over on the official website for news. Link is in the show notes. It's called The Viewer's Guide. Starts off with a excellent video that was done by Blizzard, outlining the kind of run up to the AWC and just what you can expect if you're going to watch it. Players, team names, the schedule, and everything. So highly recommend you go over check that out. That also ties in very nicely with the BlizzCon. If you go to the BlizzCon website or the BlizzCon app and look at the schedule, and then you can actually kind of plan out if you want to see a specific team or not. And on that, I'll also link in the Liquipedia site. So Gerissar has been doing a great job. She updated it during the opening day on Monday there. And so you can take a look and see what the outcomes were. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing this, just because the opening week, and we're going to talk about it just a quick sec, but the opening week was just amazing, and I'm really excited to see what ends up happening in the full cup in those 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Last little tidbit: you don't need to have a virtual ticket to watch these. They will be streamed, and this year they're doing it in 6 languages.
Oh
which
wow.
I think is awesome. Yeah.
They did the last couple cups like that as well. Yeah, it's excellent.
Mhm.
Very great tidbit of information there. Because what are those like? I think it's German, Chinese, French, Spanish.
No, it's English, French, German, Russian, Spanish, EU Spanish, and Italian. And I think there's a link there in international streaming options.
Mhm.
I may be wrong here. There is. No, it's Hearthstone. No, it's Hearthstone. Shoot, hold on.
No, those are right.
Sorry.
They're
Yeah.
independent. They're independent
French.
channels. It's like Warcraft _ RU for
Mhm.
Russia and different things like that.
Yep, you're right. They're doing Russian, and they're also doing Portuguese and Korean and Spanish in
Cool.
Latin America. So Spanish EU, Spanish Latin America. So that's awesome. Like, so many language varieties is great, and I look forward to them doing more like that. Is there anything else you guys want to chime in on that before we move on to the next little thing there?
Pretty much speaks for
Nope.
itself.
All right.
Super hyped.
Okay.
Super exciting. Look for us in the front row.
Oh yes. Maybe this time we'll actually be where the camera goes past instead of just to the next one
Oh
where they keep
yeah.
skipping past us.
Yeah.
That was such a. Anyways. All right. The next one. This really isn't a event per se yet, but I'm going to highlight it because I want our listeners to go to the official forums and chime in if they can. So there's a person, their character they posted with was Harbinger PK, looking for a possibility if they run an RBG tournament. Would you join? And it outlines what they were going to do, how they're going to do it, the prize pool, and everything. So if you guys are interested, if you listen and you like to do RPGs, please go onto the official forums, comment on this person's post, let them know what you think of their idea, and if you actually want to or not. So that's all I really want to do with that.
Mhm.
I really hope that there's some more community esports. I know, Andallyn, you've been working hard on your stuff there with Resurgent, and GCD has pretty much become the primary World of Warcraft.
The pro leagues.
The pro league stuff. So I look forward to seeing more community stuff. I really do. So that's about that. Let's move into our actual PvP news.
All right. Who ordered up an extra large can of whoop ass?
Well, that's a darn good question there, Millhouse. Who did open up an extra large can of whoop ass?
I could tell you that.
Well, I would have to say, how do we describe this? Like, should we go with our most surprised team, like the team that really came out of nowhere for us?
Well, let's get some context what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We're talking about opening week, right?
Yes.
Right.
The tournament that happened yesterday, where they set out, Blizzard set out, and they opened up to clear through the initial qualifiers for the AWC. And now we know who's going to stay in the upper bracket and who's knocked down to the lower bracket and has to fight their way back to the finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what we're talking about. Now, okay. Yes. What was your biggest surprise, Windstead?
Pen and paper.
Okay.
Pen and paper
Why?
was by far the biggest surprise that I have. Because they came out of nowhere and knocked out Reform and then gave Gosu Crew a good run. I mean, we've never really seen an Asian team do very well in the arenas. I mean,
That's not true.
When's the last time they were even in the
5 years ago? 5 years.
5 years
so
ago.
we saw
so
them do
it's
well.
been
And
it's been
Yeah.
5 years since we've seen an Asian team perform well. Okay,
True.
and pen and paper. I mean, I was very surprised because Reformed. I thought that one was going to go straight for. I thought Reform was going to be really solid, and they got knocked out by
I'm going to
Pen.
agree. I'm going to agree with you because Pen and Paper were there last year and they were knocked out so fast.
Yeah,
Pen and Paper's actually been around for a bit.
but I mean,
So-
and then running the DK in their comp
Mm-hmm.
really surprised me, and
Okay.
they played it incredibly well. Then I mean, they gave Gosu Crew a good run of it.
So
They did,
let's give
yes.
a little bit more information, because what happened is when they had gone up against Reformed was able to take the first 2 matches, but they reverse sweeped Reformed in an
Yeah.
incredible series where that because I mean, we're watching this and we've seen what pen and paper, right? Just like we said, we're no stranger. The casters, everyone attending, like none of this was out of what anyone had expected, but they were still playing well. And so this third game came and they won the next 3 matches, and people were just like, oh my gosh, no one saw this coming. So there was an additional surprise factor there because of how much it just seemed like this was going to be a quick 3-0. But pen and paper had something to say about that. And then
Yeah.
they moved on to play the Gosu Crew, where they played a Unholy Death Knight Fury Warrior that was an incredibly engineered and specified specific counter to this Gosu Crew RPS, and it was incredible because oh my goodness, they completely took WizK out of the map, out of the game. WizK could not play and did not play a single another game against them because they would just train the Shadow Priest.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible.
Yeah, they went Hunter Rogue.
Yeah, Thug
Let's see.
Cleave.
I just want to. So do I have this wrong then? Because I'm just looking at. I remember I watched this, but it was really late last night because I was catching the VODs. I didn't actually get to watch it live, right? But I'm seeing Pen and Paper took the first 2 games against Reform, then Reformed reverse swept, and then Pen and Paper took the last game on Ashmane's Fall. The way you're saying it was the other way around.
Oh, that might have been it. I think those because I caught it. That was right when I started being able to watch, and so. But I'd heard that the casters were saying that they reverse sweeped Reformed. So that's what a reverse sweep is. So unless they were wrong about that,
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
So my biggest surprise was pen and paper. How about you, Andallyn? What was your biggest surprise on the what was your biggest upset?
Well, I think it's a little bit of a twofold type of thing. I mean, I think pen and paper was a huge. That was exciting. That was really exciting to watch because all of a sudden now we're watching a team from the APAC come in here and just dominate a little bit here. Peekaboo. I cannot tell you. You have to watch this matchup. Peekaboo literally is at less than 1,000 health. He's at 60-something health and just barely survives. I thought they were going to send the Gosu Crew into the lower bracket. I honestly did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
No,
so,
it was such a tight match, but just pen and paper overcommitted, and Gosu Crew was able to flip it in that last match.
Yeah, well, they got a quick kill by hard swapping
Oh
and just training a monk right off
Oh
the beginning.
yeah.
And, oh man, that no one saw that coming either. But
Yeah, no,
But
Pen
I
and
think,
Paper dived in, and
mhm.
Gosu Crew
For me,
like, responded well.
yeah. For me, that was a big upset, but I was really surprised by the one game that I did not see when I was coming in, how Super Frogs were upset by Unitas.
What another
Mhm.
huge upset.
I actually caught that was one of the first VODs that I watched, and oh my gosh, I was really surprised when I got a chance to see the bracket after work and I saw what was happening. I was flabbergasted because I was not expecting that at all. Like, no offense to Unitas, like, great team. They've been around for quite a while, and here again, like, just like with Pen and Paper, just like last year, they came in, they went into this, and maybe take a couple of games, but ended up getting knocked down to the lower bracket. The fact they took down Super Frogs was astounding. I was quite surprised that happened. They had a very Josito Jones, normally best known for his shadow priesting, on a fire mage is deadly. Holy moly!
Yes. Yeah, him
That
and
was
him and
yeah.
Aiden are a deadly combination. They've been
Mhm.
long
They
time
are.
supporters, their organization and them individually, of Resurgent and everything that we've done, and they've been huge fans of the community scene that we've been doing, even all the way down in South America. So we are very close to them, and they hold a special place in our Resurgent hearts for rooting them
That's
on.
awesome.
So mhm.
So I gotta admit, though, as much as that was an upset in my own personal expectations, the bigger upset to me was Skill Cap knocking Temple Storm 3-0.
That
That
was
was surprising.
See, by definition, it's not really an upset. It's more so just like you didn't expect it to be a 3-0. You'd expect it to be close.
Well, and
like
this,
it wasn't like it was like an underrated team came out and like won, because that's like an upset. But it was you thought it would be a little bit more of a competition.
well, and I think what made this
Totally.
one, I think what made that one like so jarring and so like was Botar's response after his after the first round, after his back
Yeah,
and
over
forth.
Cohesion Dream.
Yeah, he kind of dogged the WoW community in his comments to Venruki, and so then going into the next match after declaring in that little clip that, oh yeah, we're gonna sweep Skill Cap 3-0, and it was like, oh okay, that's Botars for you, and then Skill Cap standing there and being like, nah, dude, nah.
We're gonna
No.
3-0 you.
No, and what really, I mean,
Well-
even the desk was commenting on the match that they felt that Skill Cap would win in the mirror, and how members of Tempo Storm were like, no, we're really good, we can do this, and then they pulled a mirror match, and Skill Cap just established some very solid level of dominance.
Yeah. Well, I think a big factor that plays into this was I think it was more so a turf war that just went bad. Because it's like, it's like if I can't think of a good,
who was
scenario,
because
but hold on. Because what happened was XRB to the Moon, formerly known, now we now know them as Skill Capped EU, right? They are your kings in the EU of Turbo. You have Zeepai, an incredible enhancement shaman, in Blizzo, who is not arguably, he is the king of warriors in the EU. He is the warrior. If you want a warrior on your team, Blizzo is who you want, right? In the same way, Botar has long time been the healer who you want healing your team, because he's the go-to, right? So Skill Capped EU is Turbo. And so when Tempo Storm comes in all three matches were set up as a mirror match, where they've closely direct mirrored in the next two, but it's Turbo against Turbo, and it's just a turf war. And I think they brought a knife to a gunfight, honestly.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
agree.
I think Tempo should have go on. I think they should have started off with their RMP.
Yeah.
That's what they're best known for. Instead, they decided that they were going to try to mirror them up. First, they tried, I think it was Mistweaver
Yep.
Turbo, and then they went Resto
Shaman
Turbo. Yeah, Resto
Direct
Shaman.
mirror,
And Direct Mirror. That even went worse for them. That was sub 1 minute.
Yeah.
Right. And then they decided to go RMP. Okay, we're going to go back to our bread and butter. They almost made it to dampening, but no. Like, and that to me speaks kind of volumes. Like, I know I really expected more of a competition between the two. I was not expecting Tempo to get knocked out that quickly, especially against, like, don't get me wrong, Skill Cap, formerly XRB, very strong team, but both of them are really strong. But it kind of makes me wonder if there's still some synergy issues over at Temple Storm, especially with Botar coming in so late into this. And like,
well, I think
how can I put this? How can I put this politically correct? Botar sounded like a whiny bitch.
Ooh.
And I think he had a temper tantrum.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting you to say that, but okay. Yes. But you know, I think you make a good point, because it makes me wonder how the team feels about that. Because I mean, looking at their team, like, you know, because when you're watching these games, they're giving you the camera angles in between games. You get to watch the teams kind of like sit there and murmur again amongst each other, figure out what they want to do. You can even almost kind of make out some of their screens a little bit. And you can kind of see you get a very much more immersive experience than the Arena World Championship Cups.
You can totally see their emotions. You can see their emotions and everything.
The difference between every other team in Tempo Storm is big. It's subtle, but if you watch, it's big. You can see that there's some kind of disconnect. Like, these guys look like they're being held at gunpoint to play with each other. Like, it just looks weird. There's something fishy about it. And so, you know, I'm gonna let Gerissar, I'm gonna let you be the one who's gonna speculate.
They tried to put together an all-star team. Because you have to admit, Tempo Storm is an all-star team.
Oh, it is.
The problem is that when you put all-stars together, they tend to clash. I mean, you see it time and time again. You know, whenever you... I mean, and Gerissar will appreciate this. The movie Miracle about the hockey game, the hockey team that went and beat the Russians.
Yep.
It wasn't that they were the best players in the sport at that time. They were collegiate, but they played incredibly well together. You know, and that made it. You know, and so bringing hockey into this, Tempo Storm just did not feel like they really played well together. You know, I think there might be some clashing personalities there.
So you're saying Tempo Storm's playing like a bunch of Russians. That's what you're saying?
Shh, don't say that too loudly. Windstead might hear you.
Windstead,
but no. So I mean, that's my
right,
my
guys.
feel on it. Although I have to say, my proud moment was watching Sea-Doo take out an EU team. Oh my gosh, what a great and I mean, it was a 3-0, but it was
a smackdown.
Tight,
like, there was
tight 3-0. Like, it could have gone making a movie at any moment, but I mean, well, that's I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. The first the blind pick was pretty interesting, and then after that, I think game 2 was tight, and game 3 was just like, we got you. You can't. We figured you out, and Orange just smashed it.
Yeah, and it was so exciting. And I know, Windstead, you're going to agree with this. I think what made it so much more exciting is when it comes, the gates open up on the blind pick, and you see Mez on the DK, and you're like, you know, like, and it's just like, oh my gosh, they find this brand new BFA style version of Windwalker DK, and it totally works, you know, and it's like, and you're just like, holy cow, I forgot about Method Orange. Here they are. Like, not that you forgot, but it's like, it's the Method Orange that you,
they found
you
themselves.
know and love.
They found themselves.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I have a I mean, let it be known that with Panda Global not being here, you know, with the rejects gone, Method Orange is my hopeful pick for BlizzCon champion. And so watching them walk into that against Making a Movie, and Making a Movie's been a very dominant. I mean, what are they, second or third in EU behind Method Black?
Third.
Oh, I don't remember.
Method Black and XRB are first and second. Skill cap to you.
I thought Making a Movie was higher up in the rankings.
No, not until since the last one.
Okay.
The last cup.
But either way, I mean, just going off the fact that, you know, a US team, and the first time that US faced EU, US won. So I'm happy.
Get some, Zico.
And I will say, I did see some Disc Priest being brought in, and I think I made the claim that I didn't think the Disc Priest would hold up well in the meta that the US was bringing out.
I think you did talk about that. I was a little surprised.
Making a Movie is third.
I was also surprised by the Holy Paladin there by
so.
Cohesion Dream. Between what was it, the Unitas and Cohesion Dream with the Holy Pally, I was a little surprised by. I'm still waiting to see a Holy Priest though.
I don't think a Holy
come
Priest
out in
is
the,
going to show up. I don't think so.
No. Probably not.
No.
But having said that, I will say I personally believe that the real BlizzCon final is going to happen when Method Orange and Skill Cap face off. I think the winner of that will take BlizzCon. That's my prediction.
Okay. My prediction is Skill Cap EU takes BlizzCon.
All right. Mine's I'm going for Gosu Crew. I'm cheering for them.
Oh, I'm cheering for them as well, but yeah, that's...
I think they have a shot.
Oh,
they're still in the upper bracket at least.
My only thing with the Gosu Crew is I feel like they're not as practiced on some of these other types of comps and these other types of like ways to be able to play, but for different reasons. It's because they're tried and true with their RPS, and I love how Peekaboo decides, I'm not going to be a multi-classer. That's not really who I am. I want to be the master at Rogue. I want to be the Blizzo of Rogue. You know, and I respect that.
And I'm going to step in here.
Yes.
I say Gosu Crew takes out Method Black. I say that happens. I have not been.
If they do, that is going to be the upset of upsets. If they go mirror,
I don't
and take
think
out
so,
Method Black,
because I have not seen Method Black perform well since BFA. Method Black has not done amazing for me. Like, even in the Unitas versus Method, it wasn't as clean as Method Black has performed in the past. You know what I mean?
Right, but here's the difference. Is now we're not playing with add-ons, and when you bring out Waz is the rogue, man. I would put Raz over Peekaboo a little bit, to be honest. I like them both, but I would rank Waz first. When you bring out what Zico has been saying, the outlaw rogue who has this huge ability to be able to bring in blinding smoke, a 1 minute 30-second cooldown on blind, 40-yard range, huge. Like, there's a lot of things to be able to get the sap off of that. It's hard to play against an outlaw rogue in the tournament setting just because of different reasons, and Zico explains this really well. But you also have even bigger reason, literally 10 times or more reason, is you have Swapsy. Swapsy is the architectural mechanic of Titans. Like
I don't know though. I mean, I'm not disputing that Method Black is an amazing team. I mean, we especially when you look at Legion, Method Black was the team to beat. I mean, nobody could touch them.
True.
As soon as BFA hit, they took a huge blow, and I don't know if they've had the time to recover. Gosu Crew, I think, is gonna.
But at the same time,
I think they have.
They did not need to win BFA. They were able to coast because they were already qualified before BFA.
So what you're saying is that they got into the tournament off of their performance in Legion, not off their performance in BFA.
That is correct.
But guys, even Waz recognized this, and as well as the whole team.
Yeah.
Like they were tweeting about how they recognized at that last cup just how much they needed to still to practice to perform, and they were then practicing a bunch. They were right into the ladders. If I'm not mistaken, they hit like 3K, all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're in tournament style, just practicing on the LAN. I've been practicing last week because it started last week, and they're still gonna be playing all this week. So we may show up then, but like, where did this team come from? This is not
may be the case. That may be the case.
The Black we know.
I do give it to Andallyn that he is right that Method Black is much more practiced on LAN format. So no add-ons. Method Black is more practiced.
Totally.
Is more practiced in that format.
Yeah.
And so, maybe they that changes my mind from Ghost Crew win definitively to okay, this could be a game. This could be a game. I still think Gosu Crew is going to win, though. I just haven't been that impressed with Method Black since BFA. I just haven't.
True. I understand, and I haven't either. But I'm telling you, Method Black is the team who's going to come out here, and they have already got a laundry list of exceptional counters to every single team on the docket. Every single team, I guarantee you. I guarantee it, because
I think you're right. They have an answer for anything.
When you put up someone like Chaz and Swapsy, like just these Titans, you know what I mean? Like these guys are calculated. Like and that's the thing. I guarantee you, we're gonna see Method Black come out with compositions you've never seen them play before. They're gonna be like, who are these guys? Because they're gonna play stuff that you've never seen.
I don't doubt that will happen. And they're not. It's not that they're not talented enough to do it. I just worry and wonder if because let's face it, I called Method Black to win a tournament back in Legion. I'm not an anti-Method Black group. I haven't seen the performance. So if they've knuckled down and they put their head down and like Gerissar said, they've tweeted that man, we're really off kilter right now, and they've knuckled down and shown and they show up. Then definitely Method Black is in contention. But from what I've seen, I just can't call it that. Yeah.
There's some questions there.
Yep.
There's questions. All right, guys. I love this. I think we've flogged this one to death, though. And I think everybody kind of knows what our expectations are.
Did we just do our subjective analysis?
I'm going to ask the listeners. Not quite. We hit the first subject. We hit the first topic, but that's okay. And I let it go. But I want to hear from the listeners. I want people to write in technicallypvp@gmail.com or send a tweet at us, technically_PvP, and let us know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to be the end runner, the final disposition of the AWC? Who's going to win? So please let us know, and I look forward to reading all those.
Okay,
while
so
we're
along with that, I'm really into this whole competition thing right now. So no.
It's not a competition.
What are we talking about? We're talking about the arena tournament. Okay, if a person, first person to tweet in to as a matter of fact, email because it's time and date stamped and it's easier to identify. Email final bracket. Winner and number wins and losses, and you get a free month of BlizzCon on me. But it has to be 100%. Sorry, free month. Yeah, ooh, I'd be loaded. A free month of WoW. Free month of WoW for the 2 teams that are facing off in the finals, the win and loss count, and who takes it. Okay. They have to be 100% correct. I work hard for my money. And so, but if they can do that, first person to email, not Twitter, because I cannot track that stuff. I'm terrible at tracking on Twitter. But email in.
But yes,
the 2 teams that face off, how many wins, how many losses, and who takes the cake. If anybody can nail that, first person to do so wins a month of WoW.
Yeah, I do that soon because after this podcast episode, I'm just going to email Windstead every possible combination.
All right, I love it. Thank you very much, Windstead, for doing that, and I will tweet that out as well.
And if you can track it, Gerissar, go ahead and have it done on Twitter instead of email because that'll be easier to. Okay. Yeah,
it'll be both.
But
email,
it has
Twitter,
to be the
doesn't matter.
first person to do it. Not the 6 people that pull it off, just the first.
So, yeah. All right. So this is what it is then. Email, tweet at those addresses what your prediction is for the final game at the AWC at BlizzCon,
the grand,
including the score, win-loss, who wins, and the first person that sent it in that gets it correct wins a month.
He almost said, "Wow, a month of BlizzCon."
There you go. I almost did.
BlizzCon is on the mind.
Don't say it.
All right.
Okay.
Proceeding.
Oh my God, is it ever? Okay. Let's just punch through the rest of this stuff. Hot fixes. So there's a couple hot fixes that came through. All PvE stuff. I don't think there's really anything major that affects us as PvPers.
They're not going to change anything with AWC happening right now.
I actually, this one part might actually affect as PvP goes, although it's PvE. The emissary rewards for Azerite has increased, so you now get 1400 AP instead of 1000, which means you can level your Heart of Azeroth faster, which I'd say would be the only thing that really is there. 8.1, the last PTR build came out. Guys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, please go and read them. Take a look. Read what they're doing right now for the Azerite traits, because Ring 3 is coming out in 8.1, as well as there's some changes to the talents, especially in PvP. Please take a look. Give constructive feats The one other thing I did note in PTR, the 8.1 feedback, the feats of strength. They put in the PvP ones showing Season 1 ending and Season 2 starting. So that tells me that Season 1 is going to end when PTR 8.1 drops. So be aware. There's still no dates. Don't ask. I don't know. All right. Hey, who missed Holinka?
I miss Holinka.
Did you miss Holinka? I accidentally missed Holinka. Andallyn, did you miss Holinka?
Yeah, I just thought of something too.
What?
Hot fixes are like beer runs for WoW.
All right. Okay. Now, are you talking about Holinka or Swolinka? Because I mean, Holinka's like been working on himself, and he's like jacked nowadays.
Yeah, that is Swolinka.
He gives Arnold. He gives Arnold directions to the gym
with only one arm. I see. I thought that's what Bajura did. Anyways, so we all know Brian Holinka. He was our lead PvP dev for 5 years, actually. And then he left to go start a unnamed project. And he has returned now, but not as a PvP dev, but he is the lead combat designer.
Interesting.
Which includes PvE and PvP. So he's going to be looking. So I think this is the answer we've been looking for. You know how we always talk about how PvE, they go and do something, and then it hits live, and then all of a sudden PvP didn't know about it or whatever. Like nobody thought about testing the PvP side. And then, oh snap, that is so broken. Yeah, I almost swore. Almost not. That's almost broken, and we have to tweak that, and then a hotfix has to be implemented, and right? So, he is looking to be now he's in charge of class design and PvP combat. So I think they're really kind of bringing in that pinnacle. They're bringing in that point of conversation where now they're going to be able to look at that and go, "That's a really great idea for PvE. How are you going to not screw over the PvPers?" Because how often has that happened in the last?
I would hope that Swolinka could perform that for us, because that'd be nice. That really would be.
Now the only question I have in my head is it going to be kind of like Dragon's Den, where like the lowly developer walks into his office and tries to sell Holinka on the product of what he's thinking to do, and Holinka's like, "No, get out!" Or, "Yeah, I'll buy into that. Yeah, all right."
It'd be more like Johnny Bravo. You know what I mean?
All right. I'm done. Let's see. Okay. Last couple things. Again, talking about the streaming for the opening week that just happened, as well as for BlizzCon. There's gonna be stuff happening over on the Facebook Gaming link again. I honestly don't use Facebook Gaming. I don't know how good it is or whatnot, but apparently they're gonna do some rewards over there. So if you take a look, there's a link in the show notes through the BlizzCon net or the BlizzCon site, and it's going to be Trade Chat, Pamela Horton, Gaming Curios, and O Nickel, and then apparently Blizzard themselves are going to be doing some stuff too. So there's some timings when they're doing it. For World of Warcraft, there was some stuff in the last week. I know, too late. Sorry, guys. And then the last one's going to be on BlizzCon Saturday, the November 3rd, from 8 to 9:30 Pacific time, and that's going to be over on Trade Chat's Facebook. So, yeah, if you want some free stuff, go there. This one, I don't know if you guys saw this. There's the Blizzard Esports app, which is now on mobile gaming or your mobile device. And I downloaded it. I love this thing. It is awesome. I will never feel like I'm missing out on something esports, at least for Blizzard.
I actually, as I read that in the show notes, I reached for my phone and cursed because my kids just barely took it from me. So as soon as I get my phone back, this is going on it. So it's good.
Great. You see the schedule. You see all the news items that are written up by Blizzard. I now know exactly what's going to happen, and I'm not having to filter through 5 different websites to find what I need to know. It's right there at my fingertips. I love it. I love it.
This is how you deal with your FOMO. Got it.
I may have to write for this. Do you think they'll accept like little articles?
Just try to stick to the voice acting. How about that?
Anyway.
All right. Last but not least, and this is the last item, the question and answer thread. So they put out in the forums on EU and NA that I am aware of. I'm sure there's some across the other regional sites, but they have now threads up. So if you have any questions that you want answered during during BlizzCon for World of Warcraft, I can only bring. I hate this. They created a bunch of localization stuff on their website, so I can no longer easily bring up the EU links. It automatically switches over to US. But I have the US one. If you have the EU one, I'm sure you can find it. Anyways, go on there. If you have any questions, burning questions you want answered, post them on the thread. Hopefully they'll get answered during the Q&As. That said, actually, I want you guys to also send the questions to me. Send the questions to technicallypvp@gmail.com. Copy and paste them in, because I also got a media pass. Ooh. And I maybe, possibly, am going to get an opportunity to talk to some people. So I am send them to me. I'll see what I can get done and get some answers for everybody for your questions. All right.
Our savior.
I will say with Gerissar getting the media pass that a coup may be forming between Andallyn and myself.
Just maybe.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
That media pass might be changing hands a couple of times. With Gerissar locked in a closet for short periods of times.
It got sprinkles.
Ooh, a donut. I'm going to follow the donut that's tied to a string. All right. Last but not least, there's Con Before the Storm. We all know about. We've talked about this before. It's on Thursday. I tweeted this out. Andallyn, though, man, you got to be part of the pod before the con, which was on Sunday, right, man? What was that about?
That's right.
What was that like?
So that was a lot of fun. I got a chance to talk with a lot of other podcasters, and we kind of had a great discussion led by Ro for some of the unique franchise games discussions where a lot of cool, interesting stuff was discussed. I was kind of like the guy who was like somehow still invited to the podcast, like eating popcorn, just like, holy cow, that's an incredible idea. And then they'd ask me, I'd be like, no, ask one of these guys. They're coming up with great ideas.
Gerissar was their first pick. And then
Yeah,
it was
that's
me.
true.
And then it was you.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
so I mean, I was
No, it's totally not true. Totally not true.
That's awesome, though.
We voted Andallyn in to do that.
We did.
Is what we did.
Well, and we figured he would be the best voice because just with like how much you do interact with a bunch of other games too, right? But just especially your esports side, I thought that would be great with because it was a Blizzard conversation. It wasn't just World of Warcraft; it was all like Blizzard stuff.
Right. We discussed StarCraft, we discussed BlizzCon, we discussed Diablo 4 question mark. We discussed Hearthstone, all you name it, all of Blizzard entertainment. We also discussed how every single BlizzCon franchise would work if it was a battle royale. So definitely go listen to it.
So with that, my understanding is the audio for that is going to get sent out soon. TM, spread the word, right? And there's some great podcasters. I saw the lineup for it, and oh my gosh, is it awesome! And on top of like not just podcasters, there's also what's his name, the Bard,
Jay the Bard. I was just about to say you need to see him because he will be playing in the Hilton.
Yes,
and he will be playing in different parts in BlizzCon, and that is a cool guy right there.
He is amazing.
I mean, I would say a different word than guy, not on this podcast, but yes.
All right, so hey, awesome, you guys. We hit our time. I thought this was going to be a short podcast, but I was wrong, and I love it. Yes,
for victory.
If they hadn't done the tournament yesterday, then yes, it would have been a very short podcast.
Well, still,
but
so many things to talk about, and it's awesome. But let's get into the rest of the things we want to talk about with the subjective analysis.
I'm gonna light you up, sweet cheeks.
Yes, I am going to light you up. Let's light up the minds of our listeners. So BlizzCon, like, it's just around the corner. Like, literally just around the corner. I don't, so Andallyn, you said
72 hours.
Oh my God. I can't.
Something like that.
I'll start hyperventilating just thinking about it. Like, so much planning I have to do. So Andallyn, you're flying home only to then like literally wash your clothes, turn around and fly back out, right? I am flying out Thursday. Oh my God, early in the morning, to get down to Anaheim. And Windstead, are you driving again?
Yeah, I'm driving. I'll be leaving around 8 a.m. my time.
Okay.
Ooh,
and I'm planning to get there between 6 and 3, or between 2 and 3.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Nice.
I'm landing there around noon, and then I still have to get from the airport to my hotel and yada yada yada. So
yeah,
I'll probably be around 2:00 before I'm like functional, because I'm probably gonna take a nap. I'm gonna be honest. And when are you getting there about, Andallyn?
I arrive in LAX at 12:30, and I have to find a way to get from LAX to Anaheim.
Oh, dude, super shuttle.
Wait, Andallyn, you're arriving 12:30
p.m. Yes.
Gerissar, you're arriving
I'm
noon.
I'm arriving at Anaheim though. I'm flying right in. He's landing at
Oh,
LAX.
you're flying
Yeah.
into Anaheim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, really, I'm doing what I can to avoid having to stay with Andallyn that long. I mean, I can only hear about him talking about Resurgent for so long.
I will ruin you. Don't you worry.
I love you, buddy.
But so we're all getting there.
Yep.
We'll definitely have to meet up in the Hilton.
Yep.
And
You're gonna wish cardboard Andallyn was here again. You're gonna be like, all right. You'll be like, I couldn't handle this.
Yeah, I can't handle this shit. Oh shoot! Beep that. All right. Okay.
You have to beep that, but you called Botar. Sorry. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, I'm beeping that too. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So now we know we're all getting there. Personally, I don't know what you guys want to do. After I get the my badge, my intent is going to probably do some. I was going to do some Blink Store stuff and try to get that done. And then I was going to hit the
already ordered my stuff.
Oh, I was going to, and then the site got all funky because Wowhead.
Well, and you live in Canada, so it costs more money to get it shipped to you. So I understand why you're buying it there. But
yeah.
I want my time, much time, enjoying BlizzCon and not standing in lines waiting for stuff.
Well, Blink isn't standing a lot. You're standing like for maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. Versus the big lineups are like 2 to 3 to 4 hours. So
you realize that's 1/48th of the BlizzCon event,
but it's Thursday, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is my thought though. After that is done, I don't know what you guys want to do. I plan to go and do the Con Before the Storm stuff and the Wowhead party on Thursday night. Are you guys down with that?
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So so we're all going to be there. We're going to be holding down that and partying it up. Okay, Thursday night's done. Whatever time that ends at. What are your guys's? So Friday. What do you want to do? Where are we going to go?
The main thing that I have planned for Friday is I wanted to catch the voiceover booth, the voiceover presentation that they're doing.
Okay.
Besides that, I'm kind of open. I am going to be with Ace, and so I'm definitely going to be bending over backwards to accommodate whatever she wants to do.
All right.
Because I want to be able to come back again.
You still want to have legs, is what you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, your wife
What?
did just take first place at a very large regional martial arts competition.
This is true. All
right, Andallyn, what are you hoping to do on Friday?
Well, I mean, the AWC is happening. I mean, come on, let's call it like it is. But I mean, I'm gonna be looking to do that, but I'm also going to be looking to talk to everyone.
I understand.
So, yep.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to people and meet people, just hang out with me. We'll go talk to everybody.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to that too, actually. I think my intent, so I want to catch the opening sequence there at the Warcraft stage.
Yes.
I'm not going to try with Mythic. I mean, Windstead and I, we tried that last year and then just went back to Warcraft stage because, wow.
Yeah, I think we should meet up there at the WoW.
It makes sense.
Arena.
Yeah.
I mean, because right after that, basically the arena is going to start in like 15 minutes after that starts. So
exactly,
it'd be a good place to centralize us to meet at the con.
I agree. I think that's where we should all meet. Once the first game is done, though, I'm actually really hoping because that's usually when the signing booth opens. So I want to go back there and see if I can get some more signatures on my Chronicles of Warcraft book. And
Nice.
Oh yes, I have about a dozen, I think, from last time. So I'm hoping to get more.
Yeah, I have some of the original Warcraft 3 posters that I want to get signed. That I need to bring
them.
and like
Bring 'em.
make them like not get bent and stuff like that.
Oh, make sure you get yourself a poster tube, and then just bring it with you on the flight. It costs a bit, but it's well worth it. Just because it's checked baggage, so unless it's small enough,
I have like a nice satchel carry-on that I could put like a like I don't know. I've got a way to do it. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I get you.
All right. Well, even then, like I recommend if anybody intends on buying posters while they're down at BlizzCon, get yourself one of those poster
Right.
tubes. Very, very handy. Because I didn't, and I got so last year they had
like get it before.
Hmm?
Like get it before. Don't buy it in California.
Oh yeah, no,
Get it before you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it with you or whatever. I mean, you could probably buy in California, but you're fighting amongst 40,000 other nerds doing the same thing. So
yeah,
easier.
Well, I mean, fighting against nerds is what people listen to our podcast for, though. Am I right?
IRL PvP
am I right or am I
there.
right?
Yeah. now suddenly they have like the envisionment of two nerds with poster tubes doing like a lightsaber fight in the middle of it.
Yeah. LARPing.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that. I like that mental image. I like that mental
Me
image.
too. This is my tube.
Okay, so 12 o'clock. Wow stage.
Yep.
That's where we'll
That's
meet
where
up.
we're gonna be. And then
It sounds like we're gonna break off, and then we'll have to we'll communicate about when we meet back up.
exactly,
We'll see about that.
exactly. And then definitely my intent is to spend all day Saturday at the at that stage, and I'm really hoping. I even bought a giant bag of throat lozenges to eat like candy.
What?
Yeah, so I don't lose my
Throat
voice.
sausages?
Throat lozenges. I don't want to lose my voice again.
He doesn't want to have a repeat of last year where he goes to ask a question at the what's next in or the
my name
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
My name is Gerissar. I just came from the WoW Arena Championship. Yeah.
And then they respond to you just like, they just like, hey, Deckard Cain, go back. Like, go back.
Actually,
Oh,
no.
Gerissar.
I'm pretty sure I got a thumbs
That'd
up.
be a good cosplay for you. That'd be a good cosplay for you.
That would actually. Can we do this, please?
I think so.
Oh,
bringing
Garrus,
we
so
gotta
you
get a
you
robe.
have to be Deckard Cain.
My name is
I'm
Deckard
bringing-
Cain. I had throat cancer. No, sorry.
Stay a while
Yeah.
and listen.
Stay a while
Okay,
and
Windstead's
listen. It's pretty. No, seriously. I think actually I remember the World of Podcast Discord there. I hopped onto him afterwards and they're like, who was that guy? He sounded like he was Batman or something like that. Like his voice was so. I'm like, yeah, that was me, guys. They're like, that was you. What the? I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough.
Holinka
Yeah.
killed my
Yeah,
parents.
exactly.
Oh gosh,
Oh my
we've
gosh.
lost it.
Oh my gosh.
We've lost it. All
All
right,
right. Yes.
back on the rails.
Yes.
I got to go to work later tonight, so we got to get this done so I can go to work.
Yes. All
right.
Let Windstead earn some money.
Yeah.
All right. What else do you guys want to do? What else other than that? Is there anything else?
I do want to catch a Mythic Plus, one of the Mythic Plus races. I want to see one of those.
So
Because maybe I'll get the same experience that I did at the live arena
Mhm.
at the Mythic Plus. And my wife is much more interested in Mythic Plus than arenas.
fair.
Mhm.
No.
And
Whoa. Are you talking about watching the Mythic Plus race that they're going to do? Or are you talking
Yeah.
about the Mythic
Yeah,
Plus?
watching one of the races.
Because they're doing Mythic Plus dungeon runs at the demo too.
Ooh, interesting.
Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Okay. I heard about this. I didn't find the link. I'll see if I can get it into the show notes, folks. Probably not though, because this is going to burn the like. After this is done, I'm going to be rushing through to get this edited and out the street because I am not going to be working till midnight on Wednesday before I have to fly out Thursday morning. Anyways,
Yeah.
at the demo, they're not only going to be doing the classic WoW, but apparently they're going to have a couple mythic dungeons up. You go in with a team, and if you make it within proper time, under time for whatever that mythic plus is, you're going to get IRL prizes.
Huh.
Ooh.
Apparently,
Okay, so
I don't
we have
know.
a tank.
I don't know what it is. I don't. Yeah,
we have a tank. Ace could tank.
Mm-hmm.
Andallyn. Holy Pally Healing.
My body is willing, but my spirit is weak.
Gerissar DPS, myself DPS, and then is your fiance coming?
No, she's
Ah,
not.
darn. So we need to hunt down a fifth. You need to hunt
I'm
them
sure
up
we
there.
can find one.
Yeah.
So as far as I understand, they're going to be doing the same thing they did last time, where they're going to be doing the paddles holding up in the sky, asking, looking for DPS, looking for whatever, because they have people at the lineups to help that out. Although last BlizzCon we did that, I told the guy to put that away, and I started doing slash yells in the hallway, like I was in Iron Forge, which is awesome. I think that might be why I actually lost my voice on Friday night, but that's okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
So that's gonna be awesome.
Do that.
We can do that. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Just don't get silenced.
Are you guys interested? So there's a bunch of community stuff they're supposed to be doing. I saw the cosplay is like one small section. They got some podcast stuff going on. There's a bunch of artwork stuff they're going on. Are you guys interested in any of that? Do you guys want to do that stuff too, or no?
The only community thing, Geek and Sundry is doing some stuff, and I'm a Geek and Sundry fan. Matt Mercer is amazing. As far as it comes to voice acting, he does a lot of voices in WoW, and he's High Noon from Overwatch. What's that guy's? McCree. He's McCree in Overwatch.
Is he? Yeah. Is he the voices in my head?
He might be. I'm not entirely sure about that.
Okay.
But anyway, so I would like to catch him. And he's doing some community stuff. And then cool. I will be cosplaying.
You're cosplaying?
I'm cosplaying, man.
Wow, that's awesome. All right.
So I don't think I'm going to be in the. I don't think I'm going to be in the competition because I'm like a complete noob at the cosplay stuff. But if I can pull this off, because I've literally been working on the cosplay for yesterday after work, which I pulled the 12-hour day at work, and then I worked like in the dark on this project, and then I'm going to go to work again, come home, work again on the project till I fall asleep, and then tomorrow night I'm going to just slam into the project to hopefully pull it off. And so,
wow,
I hope it turns out well.
Can we know who it is?
You'll see it when you see it.
Oh,
no spoilers here.
I like that.
No
I appreciate
spoilers
that. I appreciate
You'll
that.
see it when you see it, and hopefully I pull it off.
For sure.
Hopefully I pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so too.
Now, I will say all three of us are definitely going to the voice acting panel, correct?
Oh, yeah, definitely. If we can all go to the voice acting panel, that'd be fun.
Okay, yeah, I'd imagine all three of us would be going to that.
I saw one for sound, but I was going to do that one. I'm not sure if that's the same as a voice acting.
That's more for like the sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
But the Voices of Warcraft is the voice actors.
Right.
Mm.
I like that one, and I also like the one about how they started to come up. I can't remember the people's names. I'm not that hardcore. About the people who actually wrote the music for WoW, because I'm a huge fan of WoW music.
Me too.
So I would like to be able to see both of those.
I guess the one other thing I didn't talk about, and this is something I want to do, is I want to see the Warcraft What's Next, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Last couple items. Is there any other esports you guys want to watch? Any Hearthstone, StarCraft, Overwatch, HOTS?
I actually kind of want to see some Hearthstone and some Overwatch, just because, there could be some, I don't know, community tournaments with those events, those games. I don't really know.
I personally, I want to go to Hearthstone. I want to go down to Hearthstone just to do the Fireside Gathering. They have and play against the dev. Just have fun against the dev.
Yeah, we'll hit that up.
I'll build a freeze deck, play against the dev, so I can just sit there and talk to him for like a couple hours.
Oh, you're a dick. It's right there with Odd Warrior.
That's evil.
Oh
yeah, just play something that's meant to drag the game out forever and just be like, so, hey.
So
we're not going anywhere for a while.
So tell me your thoughts about the Giggling Inventor. Yes.
And this is when he like changes your deck, or she changes your deck.
You suddenly only have one card, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah. Game over / concede.
Yeah, fatigued for 60 points. Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, cue the South Park episode where they rip their shirt. Oh, right. I'm sorry.
So, are you now? Medieval Times out in Anaheim has become a big supporter BlizzCon and of the podcasting and the community surrounding.
Just con of the storm. They're not doing BlizzCon, but the con.
Well, yeah, not BlizzCon per se, but they're supporters, and they're taking advantage of the fact that 10,000 plus nerds are descending upon Anaheim in order to participate in a very nerdy event, and they're are either of you guys going to that?
I want to. The spirit is willing. I don't know if the body is able, or the.
And that's kind of my feeling. I'm just like, I really want to go, but at the same time, it's very much like I don't think that I will have the time.
So I took a look at the times that they have, and I highly we can talk about this offline. That said, I think we can't do it. Wednesday night's out. I don't believe there's anything Thursday night.
Friday night is just con.
Friday
night's
after con, party. Yeah. And Saturday night, it's at 8. Like the latest one is 8 o'clock, which means if we did that, we'd miss out on the concert.
Yeah.
And I actually like the concert. I'm really looking forward to this.
How they're doing 3 different people?
Yeah, 3 different people, So you got Train, we got Christian Narn doing his DJ thing. And oh my gosh, I can't remember the other one. Another band.
Wait, Christian Narn? That's Holdor.
Yeah,
Holdor's coming to BlizzCon. That's awesome.
Yeah, again. So Christian Narn actually did a DJ stint in Anaheim at the Hilton for a couple BlizzCons ago. It wasn't one we went to. It was one like before or whatever. He's big. He's actually a really big time DJ. He's really good.
He showed up on the Instant podcast.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world?
Yeah, exactly. So they actually contracted him along with Train, and I don't have it on top of my fingertips, but there's another band. So there's going to have there's 3 stages with 3 bands, so you can walk. So not everybody's going to be at the Mythic. It's not going to be all at one place. You can walk throughout the whole the BlizzCon, listen to different music depending where you want to be. So 3 different genres, and they're staggering the time starts. So it's going to be different time zone or different. So they're not starting at the same time. Anyway, yeah. So I'm super stoked about that. I really want to listen to all these different types of music because I'm very eclectic that way. So I am now regretting that I'm flying in Thursday and flying out Sunday. That I don't have enough time in my schedule to do medieval times and everything else I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Feels bad, man.
So I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
We'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll hit up the Wowhead party, and we'll do the things.
Oh, totally.
I'll make sure that Gerissar has plenty of caffeine so that he does not just kind of try to bow out and be like, "Sorry guys, I can't run another RBG. I'm too tired."
Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll say you get over 40 and see how your body reacts to caffeine. All right, it changes.
Now, Andallyn, as you grow older.
You little whippersnappers, back in my day, I chased you down. Oh. Now I just got to get my rifle. All right.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Actually, that reminds me. Good point. Weapons. So the security measures are changing. So now they're going to have metal detectors along with bag checks at all the entry points. Just kind of thinking about that. How have you guys prepared for BlizzCon? Are you guys prepared, or do you feel that you are not prepared?
Well, I have to check in my Ashbringer.
You are, yeah.
I think I'm good because I'm just going to bring an empty bag.
Yeah, do they give you a cinch bag?
Because they have a lot of goodies that you can grab for like free. So just bring an empty bag and a water bottle. That's empty.
I want a cinch bag. Do you get one of those, or do I need to bring one of those?
I don't know if you get a cinch bag, but bring something that you can carry stuff in. Yeah.
So you can go ahead and purchase the backpack they gave away last year with the starter kit of badges, the Velcro badges for it, and that is, I want to say $25 US or something. Yeah. So the backpack with the Velcro side, and they get badges. So there's like a Hearthstone, a StarCraft, like all their IPs. put little Velcros on those, which is why I was giving out the Velcro badges last year. I'm not doing that this year, guys.
that
I'm
worth
sorry. It's a pretty. I mean, I
It's
use
a
it all
very
the time.
nice
It's a really.
It's actually a
It's
really good bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could get that. If you are going to bring a water bottle, it can't be metal.
Right.
They won't let you bring it in. Yeah, it has to be plastic. And
It's Lindsay Sterling is the third act. She's
thank
amazing.
you. Yes,
She's amazing. She's a
Thank you.
ballerina / violinist, and she mixes the two together, and it's rather impressive.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, so that's gonna be a really good stage presence then.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess what else did I? Oh, I bought myself a nice bottle of hand sanitizer.
I thought you were talking about
because-
something else alcoholic. I was like getting excited. A nice bottle of hand sanitizer. What?
Well, I mean, it does have alcohol in it.
Yeah.
No. Ugh.
No,
All right.
definitely.
That said,
Lots of vitamin C, airborne zinc, the whole nine. Be prepared
yeah,
to battle
yeah.
PvP
Boost
style
the
the
immune
con
system.
flu.
Yes. You got to fight that con crud. Speaking of that, and we were talking about that a little bit. So there are some parties in the Hilton. The price for alcohol there gets really crazy during the con, just because they have to bring extra security and all that other stuff. So if you don't want to pay over $10 a drink, you could possibly find alternative liquids that you could bring into some of these events. I would say be cautious, but none of that stuff can go into BlizzCon. If you go into BlizzCon at the bag checks with any sort of liquid, they will make you dump it too, just because they have to be careful on that, right?
And you
So-
cannot purchase alcohol within the con.
Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah,
can.
yes, you can.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. They,
Yeah.
They have.
They got tons of alcohol there.
I didn't even know that. The first day I didn't know it, and then like Saturday, we're watching the semis, and I was like, I walked past and I was like, is that beer? I mean,
Dang it.
Windstead, how many times did I remember that one time I asked you to hold my seat,
Once he saw that, he was gone. It was like, just a bottle in his hand.
No, that's not true. Not a. It was a
That's
plastic
right.
cup.
That's right. You asked me to hold the drink, so it's not like it was there all the time in your hand.
Oh boy. So yeah, and the other thing is just plan your meals a bit, because
Yeah,
the
food trucks are
there's so much
expensive.
stuff going on. It's always happening, but the food trucks are, but they're so worth it.
There's some really
so
good food
worth
trucks
it.
there, yeah.
There is.
But definitely plan to eat. Definitely drink. Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh, you can get so involved that you just stick it out in so many different places, and then you suddenly like crash because you haven't been taking care of yourself. But somebody has a media pass, and
They do. They
I'm
do.
gonna, hijack that at some point. But
we'll see. That would be very interesting to see if you could pass as Gerissar.
it's easy. All I have to do is cosplay as Deckard Cain.
Yeah, I was going to say now. It all makes sense now.
So I think that pretty much covers our full BlizzCon expectations and we already covered the predictions of what's going to happen for the World Cup. I guess.
Well, I do have
Is there
just a
anything-
final
Oh.
prediction for the Arena
Mhm.
Championship. It'll come down to Method Orange and Skill Cap Black in the final. Skill Capped will win through the lower bracket.
EU.
Skill Capped EU will win through the lower bracket
Mhm.
and meet back Method Orange in the final, and Method Orange will win at, let's see, it goes to 7, so it'll be 5-2. Is that even possible? What? It's going to go down to the last line, so that would be
4-2.
4-2. I think.
Yep.
No, 4-3. It's going to go to game 7.
Okay.
It's going to go to game 7.
Yeah. Okay.
Method Orange, Skull Cap Black. And Method Orange will take it. That's my prediction. Andallyn,
All right.
prediction. You might win a free month of WoW off of this.
Might.
So make it good.
All right. So here's how this is all going to shake down. So what you're going to get is jeez, I'm a jerk. I hate myself. You're going to get Method Black and Skill Capped EU up in the grand finals. And
Okay.
it's going to come down to Skill Capped EU 4, Method Black 3. Game 7. XRB to the freaking moon.
Gerissar, your call.
You guys are killing me here. You're killing me. I was not prepared for this.
Just scroll back up to the Wikipedia link, and you can see the bracket, and you can
You want the
see-
Gosu crew and Method Orange. NA all the way.
He wants Super Frogs.
No, I want to do it. No, I'm doing this. Okay, so I don't know if you guys did this. I actually did the fantasy bracket.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to go strictly with this. I'm not going to go to like the other. Anyway, so base. I completely like just shotgun this, but my fantasy bracket has final game Gosu Crew versus Tempo Storm 4-3 for Gosu.
Mm.
I actually called that Skill Capped was going to knock out Temple Storm into the lower bracket, and Temple Storm is going to work its way back through the lower bracket into
see
the
it.
final.
I think it's a good pick. That's a good pick.
All right. So we've put our predictions out there.
I was just really surprised that worked out.
Our predictions are in. So
yes. All right. So the last question, though, and this is the most important one, is there one thing you could change? Let's now. What is this going to be, though? Like, is there one thing you could change? Is there one thing you could change about I guess the AWC, about the actual Arena World Cup? Is there one thing
I would change about the World Cup? Okay, so you know how when you have a winner and a loser, on the one side you get this big flashing victory, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other side you have Spirit Healer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want one Samdi. That's
So
what.
what?
Want.
All right.
That's the one.
You want Spawn Samdi
instead of just the Spirit Healer standing there being like, "Oh, my poor little lambs, I will bring you back to life." No, I want one Samdi there being like, "Yeah, you guys, you just." I caught myself. I almost cussed there. I almost cussed right there. You guys just effed up. You did. Now you're with me. I'm laughing too hard. I can't do the accent while I'm laughing. But yeah, that's what I want. I want when somebody there just being like, "Hi, guys."
I took flack. I said on the pod before the con that I would play Overwatch so much more if they had Overwatch new character as Bomb Somdi, and they said no. Absolutely not. And I said, "What? Why? That would be incredible."
That'd be. I think an Overwatch one Somdi. We'll have to build a character and send it to Blizzard.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. So that's the one thing I would change is one Somdi for the losers.
Awesome. Okay, Andallyn, what's one thing you would change for the AWC?
I don't know, Gerissar. What's the one thing you would change?
He's buying time.
That's not the way that goes. All right. The one thing I would change then. All right. Okay, here. This is what I would like. I would like a bit better interaction either between the team and the crowd. I would love for an opportunity where the winners or the losers or both were able to like go down and like do like hand smacks with the crowd or something like that.
Oh,
you know, like
yeah.
or like not just that little not just that like what's it like the the 1 minute interaction with whoever they have up on the stage doing the pre and post Q&A, but actually like get a quick interaction.
Set a table off to the side with some security and let
Mhm.
the players of the games come out and like sit down and interact with people watching the games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Something like that. Or even just be able to like run downstairs and like do like, yeah, whoa, and like do like a hand,
Into the
like
crowd.
high fives along the front row, and then go back up on the stage and do the next round.
The problem
anyways.
is I just see one of the players jumping up, screaming yes, start to run away, and then their headset catches and like just pulls flat. That's what I see.
Wink.
That's what I see when you say that.
But bungee
Just
cord. That's
wham.
funny.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, Andallyn, you.
All right. So I think the one thing that I would change is I would make the stage on the grand final, or like, you know what I mean, or just the whole thing, whatever. A 360 panoramic screen of the actual match, to where you could look around and it looked like you were actually standing in the grand, or actually standing in the middle of Blade's Edge or something.
Ooh, that's some high tech right there.
That would be sick.
Like hologram style, guys down in the
Yeah.
middle. Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be intense.
Yeah.
I just got chilled. I just imagined watching AWC in like a few years in like altered reality, where I have like they put on the VR headset, and now I am the
Yeah. Imagine if arenas were VR, to where your
Oh.
positioning was actually where you stood. Like, whoa, what?
oh my god.
That'd be crazy.
Okay, I just got
All right.
chills.
All right, let's finish
All
this
right,
up. I
It's
gotta
not
go
the
to work.
first time I've gotten that.
Yeah. We gotta let Windstead earn his money. So, trivia question. The previous episode's question was: during AWC 2017, only one team used a Ret Paladin in their comps, and which team was it? So the answer for that was Sneaky Snakes.
Mhm.
And I want to give a congrats to Verlaine for being the first person who actually correctly answered that. And he's going to earn 2 ballots into the Game Time prize back in that we're doing in January,
Yep.
right? There were a few other people that sent in their answers, and they got 1 ballot each. I'm not going to do a shout out for everybody, but for this next question, first person that answers this correctly is going to get 2 ballots. Everybody else, you get 1 ballot. Doesn't matter when you send it in. So send it in.
Participation.
All right. Participation. Okay. So this question is going to be, and if I really hope I get a lot of answers for this one. What is the name of the Pandaren racial that reduces falling damage? This is actually really important because that thing has saved lives in World PvP. Yeah. So send your answer to technicallypvp@gmail.com. And the first correct answer will earn a shout out on our next show. Speaking of shout outs, we need to do a congratulations to Dark Pen for winning our BlizzCon ticket. I want to thank everybody who submitted their answers into our very last minute BlizzCon ticket kind of contest. And so he earned himself a ticket, which includes access to BlizzCon along with the prize. So I am very looking forward to meeting Darkpen in person, where I transfer over my badge to him. So that's awesome. All right. Does anybody else have any shout outs?
No.
I'm gonna shout out to Ro for hosting an awesome pod before the con, and all of our other people who showed up on the show. It was a great time. Shout out to Medieval Times for sponsoring the whole pod or con before the storm. I don't know. There's so many like con words that confuses the heck out of me. But yes, everyone who pod before the pod thing storm.
Well played.
Yes.
Candy con.
Victory!
All right. Well, that's awesome. I guess the last question I have for both of you, can one of you list off where our listeners can reach us?
Sure. You can tweet the podcast at technically_PvP on Twitter or email us at technicallypvp@gmail.com.
Or you can also visit our blog for individual contact information at technicallypvp.wordpress.com. A link will be available in the show notes.
Indeed. And you can also join our Discord and Battle.net community. Links will also be in the show note for these. And I want to thank everyone for listening, and we'll chat with you next time. Good night, all.
Good night, guys.
Ciao. See you at BlizzCon.
You can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, or directly from the RSS feed at libsyn.com. Please give us some reviews on Apple Podcasts, good or bad. It helps us know what we're doing well or poorly and helps others find the podcast. This has been a presentation of Technically PvP Podcast 2018.